Do you remember in The Bug's Life when Flick enlists the help from all those circus insects to help him and his colony defeat the evil locusts? Or maybe even from one of my favorite movies, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, when SpongeBob and Patrick have to enlist the help from freaking David Hasselhoff to help defeat Plankton, who's taking over Bikini Bottom. Or maybe even the Avengers movies. Ever heard of those? When all the Avengers have to come together as a team to defeat some unstoppable force. Or even Star Wars, where Luke Skywalker has to be trained by Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda, and even gets a little help from his dad, if you know who that is. I'm not going to spoil anything, even though that movie's like 40 years old. But nevertheless, all these movies share one similarity. All of these heroes' journeys share the same sort of theme, and that is that none of the main characters are able to complete their tasks without the help of some people. Whether it's great or small or few or many, they all enlist the help of somebody to help them get from point A to point B. And so just like these heroes in these stories, our walk with Jesus is no different. See, we were created to be in community with one another. Community means one or more people together, doing life, experiencing their day in, day out with one another. We're made to be able to talk to other people, spend time together, and just overall do life together. And if we were to look at the life of Jesus, he did that exact thing. You know, we've asked this question to you guys before when we went over our discipleship series, but you know, we asked the question of like, couldn't Jesus just have done his ministry all by himself? Well, sure, he totally could have. He could have just done it all by himself, no help, because he's God. But he didn't, because Jesus set the ultimate example for our lives of what we should and shouldn't do. And he did the same thing with the disciples. The disciples were his buddies. They were his friends. We see in John 15:15, Jesus literally says, "And I called you my friends." These were Jesus's guys. They were his pals, his friends. And just like Jesus, we're also meant to do life in community with friends. That means our walk with Jesus is meant to not be just by ourselves. It's meant to be with people around us, people surrounding us, people pushing us to be better versions of ourselves, people encouraging us towards Jesus, people that we can talk to and, like I said, live life with. And so if you were to take a second and ask yourself, who are the people that you enjoy being around the most? You got it? It's probably your friends. I mean, that's honestly what I would say, because our friends are the people we like. The difference between family, and bear with me for a sec, we all love our family. Our parents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandma and grandpa, whatever. We love them because they're part of our family. We were born into that family. We weren't really given a choice. But the difference with our friends is we are given a choice. I don't have to love you, like we just met. But I still decide to love you anyways because you're my friend. Friends are meant to be in our life because they bring us joy. They're generally people we like to hang out with. We probably share some common interests, and that's probably why you guys are friends, right? But friends are people that we probably enjoy to be around the most. So why shouldn't we put them together with our life with Jesus, the most important thing in our life? And I think Paul said it best in Ecclesiastes 4:19 through 20. Two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Likewise, two people lying close together can keep each other warm. But how can one be warm alone? A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer. Three are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. Friends push you to be better versions of you. They should lift you up. They should encourage you. That's why in this thing we call our discipleship experience, we pair you up with one of your friends. Jesus and life with Jesus is so much more fun when you get to do it with your pals. We can accomplish so much more when we're surrounded by others. And you may be asking yourself, like, okay, I get the message that you're trying to tell me, Luke, like that all makes sense. Like friends are good and friends are good with Jesus. So friends and Jesus equal good, right? Well, you're also probably asking, well, how am I supposed to do that when COVID's happening? I can't see my friends. I have to watch my class through a TV monitor. Like, how can I have community? And it's a great question. I'm glad you asked it through the computer. But you're totally right. COVID definitely puts a dampen on things. But here's a good example. So I have an older brother, his name's Nate, and he's got lots of buddies that live all around the country. Colorado, I mean, he's in Florida, California, Arizona. He's got buddies all over. And these are some of his buddies that he went to high school with and was really tight with growing up. Well, in order for them to stay together and stay in contact and do like community with one another in Jesus, they all do a Zoom call every week and have a small group and have a Bible study together. I mean, that's something that you guys know pretty well is going on Zoom, but that's one like real tangible way that you can form community with your friends, even if you can't be right beside them. Another awesome way where you can actually be next to your friends is our midweek small group. Each week we get together on Wednesday nights and talk about Jesus. Right now, we're not doing it because of the holidays, but we'll start up next year in January. But we took a survey of all the students that were a part of our small groups on Wednesdays. And you know what the one thing they said that they liked the best about it? Some said the messages, some said the games, some said the music, but almost everybody said one thing, and it was that they got to be with their friends. And I think that's saying something, that when we pair Jesus and friends together, it's a recipe for fun and success. And guys, that's what God and that's what Jesus modeled the Christian walk to look like. It's not to be done alone. It's to be done with people you care about and people you have a vested interest in and people that you want to grow in your walk with Jesus together. So just like those stories we talked about, we're not meant to do our life adventure alone. Going back to that thing I talked about earlier, our discipleship experience, which this is kind of a shameless plug for it. You should do it. You should sign up for it. Basically what it is, it's a 40-day devotional that you do alongside your friend. And one of the reasons why we do it with a friend is because, one, friends are awesome and it's fun to do things with them. But the second part being that your friend is there to push you, to encourage you, and you're there to push one another to keep reading your Bible, to stay on task, to get into the Word every single day, to be an accountability partner. And that's also a good reason why community is so important in our relationship with God. And so God's heart for you is to surround yourself with other believers that push you to be a better version of you, that push you to be a better Christian. People that are alongside you when things are great, and people that are come alongside you when things get tough. And friends, just like COVID, there's going to be a million reasons why you say you can't do community, why you can't be with other people. But there's also a million other reasons saying that you should and why you should. And I know if you're not an extrovert like myself, where I get energy from being around people, you're more of an introvert, that's okay. But introverts still need community too. We still need people regardless of whatever side you're on, whether you're an introvert, extrovert, whatever. We all need community, and we all need to do our life with Jesus, with other people, because that's how Jesus modeled it for us. And ultimately, you can have a great time doing it. Thanks for listening, guys.